The O in anoint is offering freedom of expression to our leaders and our directors. Whether it's their directing technique, whether it's their personality, whatever it may be, God has uniquely gifted individuals to lead in the way God created them. And one way that I feel we align our ministry is recognizing the gifts in the leaders God has around us and allow them to lead in the giftedness God has given them. You know, there are some leaders who are incredibly organized. Oh, they make me sick. But they have a plan for years in advance and they've got it all worked out. And some of us just walk in and go, so what do you guys want to do today? That's just their style. And as much as I like or don't like it, I can encourage the development in individual, but you know, sometimes I just need to be more accepting of the way God has developed that leader. I think we strap other leaders within the confines of our laziness and our lack of effort. In fact, in your notes, I have a new section that's just being introduced this conference this week on the fact that leaders are strange, unusual people. Leaders are strange, unusual people because they take on more than they are often qualified for just because God told them to. It makes no sense to anybody else, most of the time, except our wife or our husband. But those leaders take on more than they're truly qualified for because they feel God called them to. They are strange people. They often serve out of a passion for something different, unusual, and something better than ever before. I rarely have a true God-blessed, honored leader called to lead us who wants to maintain what we've done. Especially music ministers. We're always wanting to change sound systems and move the stage around and do stuff. Why? Because that's the way God built us. To walk into a place and go, is there anything we could do to make this better? Leaders are strange people that way. It's not that they're not satisfied. They just think it could be better. Could be done better for God's glory. Drives some of us crazy sometimes. They're people who make decisions in public, knowing that often the only person who will understand is God. Every decision a worship leader makes is eventually actualized out in front of everyone, isn't it? I remember when I stopped wearing ties. You would have thought I burnt the Bible. I just got sick of wearing ties, and I just said, I'm not doing that anymore. And you would have thought I was blaspheming the Bible because I wasn't wearing a tie. Every decision, you cut your hair different or cut it off. It's a huge church topic. You change the order of service somehow. You move your stand from here to over here. It's amazing the decisions we make in front of people. And many times as a worship leader, as a leader, the weird part about us is that we'll do it when nobody thinks it's the right answer, as long as we believe God told us to. Yeah, the leaders are weird. They often make a commitment to do life with you, in addition to carrying their own burdens and cares and challenges. Many of us think we have a life full. Leaders are these strange people who say, in addition to raising my own kids and going through my own struggles with my parents' health and everything, I'm willing to walk through life with you and carry your burdens too. These leaders, they're strange people, aren't they? And unfortunately, many times we strap these leaders who think this way. I think there are 4 ways at least that we often stifle leadership around us, whether it's people stifling us or the way we behave with our senior pastors. Number 1, we strap leaders with things we know we can do ourselves, but we wait for them. We strap leaders, we strap choir directors with things we know we could probably do ourselves, but we wait for them to do it. Fix our folder, simple. Learn beginning theory, simple. Even for our children frustrate us because sometimes they don't lift a finger around the house if we haven't taught them. And they cause us to do things that, man, we should be doing so much more, but we've allowed ourselves even to be stifled by doing simple things around the house that they could be helping with. Another way we stifle leaders is that we see ourselves as a reservoir to be filled rather than a resource to be invested. We come as an empty glass, waiting to be filled rather than coming filled, waiting to be emptied in ministry. And we stifle our leaders because many times they're wondering if, in fact, the steed is not dead. 3. Sometimes we force leaders to teach us rather than to equip us. In other words, we force them to lead us at a lower level of leadership rather than equipping and developing us and helping us mature in our walk. And finally, we wait until sometimes there are consequences to our actions, commitment, and behaviors before we're willing to change them.